Roux Ferreira lives in the beautiful town of Ceres in the Western Cape, and we took a road trip to join him in the mountains.
The only thing you can do in Ceres is basically play golf or mountain biking or farm. And my brother's a keen cyclist, and he just got me hooked.
Ferreira hits the trails in and around Ceres, a great way to relax and unwind.
Well, the main thing why I do it is for fitness. I hate jogging and I hate going to the gym. So I just like cycling, and it's something you can do with your friends other than playing golf. And yes, we've got one of the best places to do it, so that's why mostly everyone here does it.
Roux showed us his skills on the beautiful tracks around his hometown. Ceres is known for its fruit growing, but it's also a popular destination for adventure and outdoor activities.
I grew up here. I left town in 2004 to go overseas. I played college golf in the States, so I haven't been here for 9 years. But coming back, normally it's just getting back to your friends, and the quality of life here, you can't beat it.
Although he loves Ceres, living in this area does make it challenging as a professional golfer.
Ceres isn't the best place for me to practice golf, but coming here you forget about golf and you do cycling and work on your fitness, and then when you get back on tour you think about golf and just everything about golfing.
After being introduced to the game by his father and a stint of college golf abroad in Texas, Ferreira is back to make his mark on the Sunshine Tour.
My dad was a keen golfer, and I started to caddy for him when I was 9-10 years old, and then I just got hooked. We were a bunch of kids in the neighborhood that just started playing golf, and we actually had our own Augusta in between the trees and the mountain and the houses, and it ended up at the cricket grounds. So we called it our own Augusta. Because when we were younger at 9, we weren't allowed to, or 19, weren't allowed to play golf or play alone at the golf course unless you play with someone older. And my dad didn't always have time to play with us, so that's how we got hooked.
Ferreira made a slow start to his professional career, but he had a breakthrough week at the Golden Pilsner Zimbabwe Open. He didn't come out on top in the end, but he did finish in 8th place on his own, and he will have gained much confidence from his exploits in Zimbabwe.
This is the first time I've been in contention in Africa. I've been in contention a couple of times in the States, but it's fun in front of your people and people you know, and actually getting some TV coverage, so that's what made it fun doing it.
Unfortunately for the Ceres local, the flat stick let him down on the Royal Harare greens.
Yeah, the first 3, I mean, even into the 4th round, and then my putting just left me. But I mean, I guess that's all part of the learning curve. Just learn how to handle yourself under pressure.
Ferreira is long off the tee and very handy with the long iron in his hand, but it's on the greens that his game needs the most work.
My strengths are definitely my distance off the tee and with my irons, and then my weakness will tend to be my short game, putting, and that's what cost me at the Zim Open at the last round.
The 29-year-old has an attacking approach to the game, which has its pros and cons.
No, I'm an aggressive player. I try to take lines I shouldn't take, but I guess it's part of the distance issue on par 5s. So you always tend to, because you're a longer hitter, you always try to go for it, where shorter hitters can't normally get there, and sometimes it's an advantage because you can't get into trouble, but the longer hitters would always try to go for par 5s and then get himself out of position.
Ferreira's good showing in front of the big crowds in Zimbabwe, as well as all the TV cameras, will stand him in good stead for the winter that lies ahead.
I've played the mini tours in the States for the last 4 years, and it doesn't get you anywhere. There's no stepping, you can't get from there to the nationwide tour. So the only way you can get onto the nationwide tour, or web.com as it is now, to the PJ tour is through a qualifying school. And I feel through South Africa it's easier getting into this European tour events, and from there on in maybe get into events in Europe and maybe secure a card through these events.
Having refocused for this year, Roux Ferreira is back on track. The golf course at Ceres is a great little course. Located in the Breda Valley, this 9-hole layout is set in breathtaking scenery and has been around for a long while.
The course is about 90 years old. The first minutes we got is 1924, and at the moment I think it's one of the best 9-hole courses in the Western Cape.
Although only a 9-hole course, alternative tee box is allowed to be played as a par 72, measuring just under 6,000 meters.
I think the scenery is very beautiful in Ceres, and it's a very nice layout. Some of the holes are quite difficult to play. We have 5 par 4s, 2 par 5s and 2 par 3s on each 9. Unfortunately, it's only a 9-hole course, but it's a very nice layout.
The Roux cut his teeth at this track, and the locals have watched his game develop.
The Roux, or Rox as we know him, he was born here, and I think he learned his golf here, and he was a long-time member here, first as a junior member and then as a senior member, before he went to the States to play his golf there. And we really follow his career, and I think his first win must be just around the corner.
It's just the memories of growing up here and how I started playing here, getting to certain points, and now playing and thinking back of where you used to hit it and where you're hitting it now, and how tough it used to be and how easy it's now. And it's always in good nick, so that's why I like coming back here and play and practice here.
Ferreira has come of age and loves returning home where it all began.